Hi guys, my name is Zin and welcome to my channel. This will be the first episode and I'm going to switch the camera to the back of the phone because the quality is better. And I'll be taking you through of what trees I currently have and a little introduction about myself and what this channel is about. Alright, so here are the deciduous trees that I currently have. I'm not an expert in gardening or bonsai or any kind of horticulture related. I'm just doing this because I kind of like doing gardening, and bonsai seems to be the next step. I watched a lot of videos on bonsai and it seems to be very interesting. And I've also just recently finished reading an ebook about bonsai. It was quite short, so I'm not sure how much information I really got out of it. And I'm the kind of person that doesn't really learn by reading. I need to actually do stuff to learn, so that's why I'm doing this channel. And I'll be documenting everything I do, hopefully for the outdoor trees and the tropical trees that I have indoors. So let's start with this. This is a Japanese maple. I believe it's called the Season of Change. Take a look at the tag. Yep, Acer Sherasawakanum or something. I'm not good with these scientific names for trees. English wasn't my first language, so yeah, I'll do the best I can. But anyway, Season of Change. And what I'm told is by the nursery is that this tree changes colors throughout the season, from spring all the way to fall, and it's supposed to turn a really good red once it gets colder. Even though right now we're in the fall, but the weather, I guess, is not cold enough yet. So hopefully, maybe in October, it'll get a different color. Okay, moving on. This is just a maple that I collected from the wild, and I kind of cut all the leaves off. It seems to be there's a sprout right there, so it's not dead. I thought it might have died, but I guess it didn't, which is great. And this is another Japanese maple which I have in my front yard, and this is a air layer that I've done. I watched the video on YouTube how to do it, and I just tried it out to see if it works, and it did actually. And I did this air layer in late July, which I also thought was kind of late, but I guess it wasn't, because after a month, so roots grew pretty well, and I cut the branch off just before September. I'll be showing you that tree later on in the video. I'm not sure what what kind of Japanese maple this is. I don't have that tag anymore, and I'm just not good at these names. Maybe somebody else can tell me, or I can try to identify it with an app. And here, this is just a couple of seedlings that I found in the wild. I used a identification app, and they said this was a red maple. Hopefully, it looks pretty good right now, so hopefully I can overwinter it and have it keep growing next year. This here is another Japanese maple, my favorite kind of tree. This was from a nursery as well, same as the other maple that I showed you. And this one, Acer Osakazuki. Okay, so this, yeah, I think that's its name. And this, I was told that the color is a really brilliant red when the fall approaches. So hopefully in October we're gonna see some nice color change for this. That's my dog, not a tree. And then this is just I don't know, it's tagged as evergreen. I got it from a big box store. It doesn't really have a name, but it's a tiny Christmas tree. I picked it up because it was only 10 bucks. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. So I'll just let it grow, and I'll probably up-pot it next year. Or maybe I'll just put it in the same pot, and I'll trim the roots or something, and try that out. Anyway, we'll see. And then this here, this is another Japanese maple seedling. I got this from a neighbor, actually not a neighbor, just a house down the street. I saw it in their yard, and I talked to the owner, and you know, he was pretty happy to give me the seedling, as he has other ones growing. He told me that these doesn't overwinter well on the ground like where he had it. So hopefully, you know, I'm gonna move this into my garage in the winters. Hopefully, it's gonna survive to next year, because it's looking pretty good right now, and you know, it's grown since I got it from the ground. Moving on, this and this one, the app told me it's a Manitoba maple, or there was another name for it, but I forgot what it was. But yeah, these are just collected. You know, it's quite small, but I think, you know, they have been growing since I got it, so hopefully that goes well. And here, this is just a native maple that I collected. Yeah, the leaf doesn't look that good, but it's living, it survives. So hopefully next year, I think I'm gonna repot it in bonsai soil to start training it. Hopefully it goes well. So this is just something I got from a coworker. His wife was basically getting rid of some plants in the backyard, and I thought I'd save a couple just to grow it. I'm not sure what it is. I haven't identified it, but it was kind of a bush or a shrub when I got it. So this is another evergreen. I think it's a juniper, or maybe I don't know. To be honest, I'm not good with these names. Like I said, I'm a beginner, and from the videos I've seen, this looks like a juniper. So yeah, again from a nursery. It's pretty healthy. I think I'm gonna probably repot it again next year. I'll pot it, or maybe I'll try trimming it, and maybe I'll try to shaping it. I don't know yet. I don't know. I watched a couple of videos on how to shape these and how to work with them, but I've never done it before. So yeah, that'll be interesting. And then here it's a couple of cedars, native cedars in Canada. Again, I got them from the wild. Not much to them. They're just little seedlings. Actually, looking at the trunk, they've probably been growing for a couple of years, maybe. You know, it's already woody and quite thick, I guess. Not that thick. So this, let me take this out. This is a silk tree, is what I'm told when I bought it. I actually got it on Kijiji for $5. It was only this big when I got it. It has been growing really good, really well. So these trees, when I looked it up, they said the tree is a deciduous tree and it will lose its leaves in the fall. So I will be moving this to the garage as well, and hopefully it's going to overwinter well. The owner actually told me, you know, I should move it inside the house and let it grow over the winter. But when I looked it up online, they said, you know, it's better for the young tree to experience cold and the whole process of losing its leaves to go into dormancy and then coming back in the spring. So I'm gonna do that, and hopefully that works. Okay. Yeah. And then this is another, I guess, bush or shrub that I got from the coworker. Yeah, this thing was much bigger when I got it. I cut everything off to just basically just a stump. I guess a lot of branches coming off the stump, but yeah, this was trimmed severely, and I left it in here. It's a tall pot, but I kind of left it shallow because I didn't want it to really. Sorry, I wanted to start for it to start adapting to a shallow pot, and maybe I can make a bonsai out of it. I'm not sure. I think this one is like, I don't know, too many branching or anything. It might not make a good bonsai, but we'll see. Okay, so now these are nothing I wanted to show. So I'm gonna take you to the front yard and see and go through which ones I have there. Actually, before I do that, in the backyard I have this cherry tree that I have had for years now, and I've done a pretty extreme trimming this year. This tree was growing way too big before, and it was going to the neighbor's yard, so I trimmed it down by, I would say, more than 50%. And I plan to do at least one air layer next year and see if that works. I mean, these branches are quite thick, so you know, I wouldn't have to worry about thickening the trunk because it's already this thick. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, let's go to the front. All right, so I'm in the front now, and this is the tree that the air layer came from, the source tree. It's been growing here for a few years, really well actually, as you can see. And in the last few years, it started growing up a couple branches that I never trimmed before. So the air layer actually came from right here somewhere. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, you probably can't see it. But yeah, it was something like this. It was coming out like this branch here, and it was going up. So I tried the air layering in the middle and I cut it off, and yeah, it worked. So next year I'm going to do air layering on both of these vertical branches. This one I will probably try to take it from here, I guess. Maybe another one down there, I don't know yet. And then that one probably just from the lower section. I don't really want this tree to go up. When I bought it, it was a weeping tail like you see now, but like these branches just seems kind of weird. So I'm gonna air layer it and then save the branches as another tree, and to make this one look better. So yeah. And what's beside it? This is another Japanese maple. It's the name is Taylor. This was really interesting. I got this recently from a nursery. It has pink leaves. At least the new leaves are pink. So you get the pink leaves, and then you get the margins of the green. And what I'm told from the nursery is that the new leaves is pink. It's okay to stay in the morning sun. He said to avoid afternoon sun, and basically if you get more sun, it's better in the shade more than the sun, because if it's in the shade, the pink stays for longer. So yeah, these are really nice leaves. Look at that. So in the front yard here, I get the morning sun. This is the south facing side. And then I think I get a lot of the noon and the afternoon sun as well, but I'm thinking of maybe putting something up over here to block the sun so that I could get the pink leaves for a longer time. Okay, so, and then this is another Japanese maple. I'm pretty sure that the Deciduous, if it's a species or family, I'm not sure what the term is. I'm not sure what species it is. I've had this for a long time as well. And this, as you can see, there's a lot of leaf burn on it. I think I got these. The burn started in July, when there's always a drought in July for a couple of weeks. There's no rain, and I guess it didn't water well enough. But it's okay. By next year, we'll get new leaves and everything will be okay. This tree I also trimmed a lot this year because it was kind of too thick. You couldn't really tell the branches underneath was getting blocked, and the sun wasn't getting through, so some dead branches were which I cut off. And as you can see, there's some new growth right there, and then some new growth here as well. And I think the way that this tree goes is that it starts to come up, and then it starts to kind of weep, and then this is the newer branch, I guess. It's going up, and I don't mind that actually. I want that to be the new leader actually, so then it could go up a bit more, and then I can either prune it or maybe hopefully it'll weep or something. But yeah, I think I like the shape here. You know, it's come up here and then it goes here. So this I probably will cut off eventually. Um, I'm actually thinking of doing an air layer for this tree as well and see if that works. Because you know, if it works, you know, you're not really wasting the tree in a way. You can plant it somewhere else or in a pot or make it a bonsai, whatever you want. But I'm thinking that if I can air layer, I'll try to make it into a bonsai and see how that looks. Yeah. So yeah, that's all. That's all the deciduous trees that I have outside. Um, for all the stuff that you saw in the backyard, I'm going to move those to the garage when the winter comes, and it'll be the first time that I try to do this. So, and I hope it works. Um, the only thing I'm worried about is that it might get too hot. It's an unheated garage, but you know, you never know with the sun coming in from the windows. It's a closed space, so it's like a greenhouse, kind of. But I think it should be okay. I mean, I looked at them on the internet. You know, people are saying it's a good method of protecting your trees. So yeah. Next up, I'm going to take you to the inside for the tropical trees that I have, which I don't have that many of. Okay, so here we are indoors. These are mainly all the tropical trees. Let me just take the lid off. Okay, so you'll see these are ficus. I'm not sure the exact species because when I bought it, it just said ficus. They came in a small container. I think it came in one of these, this one probably. And there were about 4 to 5 cuttings. Yeah, 5 cuttings, I guess. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just put them in smaller containers. I don't really have that many pots, so this one is using a yogurt pot, yogurt container, and it works. And the soil is I guess I mixed a bunch of stuff for the bonsai soil. I was watching the Bonsai Zone, and I basically used what Nigel was using in his, except mine. I added a little bit more, what do you call it? Topsoil, I guess, topsoil or compost in the mix, and that's why I have it. It works. And I keep these in the aquarium, which I got from a coworker for fairly cheap price. She's not using it anymore. And then you have the canopy with the light there, and I also have these grow lights as a supplement as well. And once you put the lid on, it's actually really warm in there, and it's fairly humid. So everything grows really well. Some of these has surface roots. Let's just take one up here. Or roots growing out of their soil. I'm not even sure which one, but so you can see right there, there's root coming out. There we go, a bit better lighting. And then yeah, you can see another root coming on the side there, but they just tend to start to grow out of the soil. This one out the bottom there, you can see a little bit of the roots there as well. So I think that's a good thing, hopefully. And there is new growth on these, as you see the new leaves. The lighter color are newer leaves, so I know the transplant was okay when I repotted them. And then this is just a money tree. I'm not sure what the name is, the scientific name is. It's a cutting from my old money tree that I basically, I threw out the stump because it wasn't going anywhere. There was barely any roots on it. So the big leaf you see here is from the original cutting, and then this is a new one that grew, and then that's another obviously new leaf that's growing out. And then here, this is a umbrella tree, which I believe is also called Schefflera. Let me see if I can. I'm not gonna take it out. Anyway, this one I got from a grocery store for like $4. It's a cutting, I'm pretty sure, and it only had, I think, the big leaves that you see at the bottom, actually plus a couple of these, but these smaller ones here, that one, and then you can see a smaller one there. This one, these are all new leaves. And it's growing really vigorously. A lot of energy in this tree. And as you can see, the roots are growing out of the soil. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I put the tree too high in the soil, and then here you can see them coming out at the bottom. It's not getting focused. But yeah, so yeah, I spray this tank daily, probably two times a day. I find that if I spray too much, it's too humid. And yeah, I don't really want it to be too humid. That's because it might grow mold or something. And yeah, here they're just jades that I bought from a store. Again, it came from sorry, those from a nursery. Came with 4 to 5 cuttings, and I just planted them. And then this one is not looking that good. I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah, this one that's growing. As you can see, there's new leaves coming out. And then I have a couple down here. They're both growing. And then this bin is actually a worm bin. I'm just trying it out. I had it for a few months now. It's working out pretty well. And then these I haven't repotted. They're just sitting there for now. So back here, this is the final tree, I guess. This is actually a lychee tree. I purchased some lychee from the store, and then we ate it. Me and my wife ate it, and then I kind of wanted to plant the seed, so I googled it, and it said the seed you can just plant and it'll grow. Since it's a tropical tree, it doesn't need a stratification period. And yeah, for sure it did grow. I actually planted 3 seeds, but one of them did in Germany. As you see, this spot here is nothing coming up. So I'll just leave that as, you know, as this for now. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll come up later on. But yeah, these have only been here for 3-4 weeks maybe. It's sprouted. It's only been sprouted for I would say 2 weeks. So it's growing, you know, pretty fast, and I guess the light is enough, so the leaves are like reaching for the light. And right now the leaves color are like yellow. So yeah, I'm not sure why it's yellow. I think when I googled it, I did see a couple of seedlings with yellow leaves and green leaves. So I guess the new leaves or the new seedling leaves are yellow in color, and then you can see a little bit of turning green on the root of the leaves. So hopefully that turns green, and it's not yellow because of lack of light or something like that. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for these trees because this is a new experiment altogether, because it's growing from seed, and then it's a tropical tree. So yeah, it'll be fun. So that's the stuff in the container. I also have this hibiscus on the window. It's potted in bonsai soil. This is just some plastic container I have. It's growing. It's been in this container for I don't know, a month, 2 months now, and it's growing really well. And as you can see, it's about to flower on the left there. I probably should cut the flowers off just so the tree has more energy or the plant has more energy to grow its roots and stems to get it bigger. But I think I'm gonna wait until at least one of them flowers. Other than that, I haven't bought any special equipment for bonsai because I'm just starting, and I don't really want to just throw money at it, and hopefully, you know, it doesn't really make you a master at bonsai if you just bought a bunch of stuff. So my primary goal right now is to make sure the trees survive the winter for the deciduous trees. So that's my primary goal, and I think everything in here should be okay because this is more of a controlled environment. And my house is set at 23 degrees. With the lid on here, you know, in a tank is much warmer. It's maybe, I would say probably high 20s to low 30s. And then the humidity is higher as well. And, you know, plus if you're spraying, then yeah, you won't have any issues with humidity and heat. So yeah, these are all my trees that I have, and hopefully everything goes well. I really hope that I can do this whole thing well, and you know, after years of I guess, growing work and cutting, I'll have some good bonsai trees. So just to show you, I have, so this bottle is what I use for watering. It's rainwater in here, that's why you see a whole bunch of particles. It's just stuff from outside. And then I spray with this, which is also rainwater, and also spray with this. There's nothing better than CLR to spray stuff down. No, I'm just kidding. It's water in there. And then I collect rainwater outside with a tub, like a pretty, one of those big plastic containers with a lid. I actually put the lid on the ground plus the tub, so actually it collects twice as much. I don't have a rain barrel currently because of my downspouts. Because this house, I guess, is relatively newer. The downspout goes straight into the weaving tiles in the ground, so there's no opening, anywhere. So if I was going to put a rain barrel, I will have to cut the downspout and make it work. So yeah, that's all I have for now. And I guess as I post more videos, I will give more updates on the process of this whole thing. Thank you for watching.